This is the much sought after Samsung NX Mini, a true collector's item. This is the new Yashica Tank compact digital camera. It's even smaller. And this is the Lumix XS3. I'll bet you didn't even know this existed. As cameras go, the Lumix G100 is considered a small camera. The Lumix ZS80D is considered a smaller camera, but it's actually a smaller sensor, so as small sensors go, this is actually a big camera. The Sony 5100 has a much bigger sensor than the G100, but it's a considerably smaller camera. The Lumix GX800 has the same size sensor as the G100, but it's much smaller. The Nikon 1J5 is a little bit smaller and has a 1-inch sensor, but so does the Samsung NX Mini. It has a 1-inch sensor and it's a lot thinner. And as 1-inch sensor cameras go, the Sony RX100 Mark VII is the world's best 1-inch sensor camera and has the lens built in. You want something cheaper? Here's the Sony HX99. It's even a little bit smaller, but it also has a much smaller sensor. You don't want a tiny sensor? Here's the GM1, the world's smallest interchangeable lens micro four thirds camera. Too rare and expensive? Here's the Sony WX300. But it has a tiny sensor and the screen doesn't flip up. You want a flip up screen? Here's the new Yashica Tank compact digital camera. Still too big for you? Okay, here's the Lumix XS3. Now that is small. So what does the footage look like with these cameras? Let's find out, starting with the little Lumix XS3. And by the way, I'm not going to talk about these kind of cameras because I don't need stabilization and I want a big screen. Okay, first picture taking, starting with the tiny little Lumix XS3, you can take some decent pictures with it. 14 megapixels, it has a 24-to-120 equivalent optical zoom and a 1/2.3-inch sensor. The new Yashica Tank has an even smaller 1/2.8 sensor and takes 12 megapixel pictures, but you can actually get some pretty good quality images with it. Color accuracy is surprisingly good. I was shocked because this thing feels like empty plastic, so I was surprised. For picture taking, this camera is acceptable. Alright, the ever popular Samsung NX Mini, which has a 1-inch sensor, so you're going to get noticeably better quality than the smaller sensors. Look at this. This is actually a screenshot of video shot with this camera. Look at this. Awesome, punchy, nice, clean, clear footage, and it's so much fun to use. The Sony HX99 is the RX100's little brother with a 1/2.3-inch sensor, but definitely better quality than the XS3 or the ZS80. Look at these pictures. Super crisp, clear, 18 megapixel pictures. Really clean, great colors. Looking at this, you might sometimes think it was actually taken with an RX100. If you can get one, these things are around $800. Another 1-inch type sensor, the Nikon 1J5. Interchangeable lens, flip-up screen, nice contrast. I love the colors and the confidence this camera has. Nice stuff. And of course, the rest take great pictures too. So let's see what the video quality is like. Alright, let's start right off with the tiny little Lumix XS3. You're not going to be making Netflix movies with this camera, but it does have an optical zoom lens that goes in and out, which is kind of cool. But it has a tiny little sensor, so you're not going to get great stuff indoors in low light like this. But it's a cute little camera you can just put in your pocket and play with. So this is what it looks like. Now this has been out for a while, so what do you think the new Yashica is going to look like? Well, here you go. And here's the Yashica. The reason it's so wide is because I think when you zoom in, it actually just crops into the image. So I just wanted to show you the wide image first because this is probably as good as it's going to get with this camera. So let's try to zoom in with it. There, I zoomed in. Well, what do you expect? So you think something called Yashica is going to actually compete with Panasonic and Sony? And not much bigger than that, we have the tiny little Sony WX300. This is a very small camera. It is like half the width of a RX100, or even smaller than an HX99. It has a lens that actually goes in and out, so it's an optical lens, but it is a tiny little sensor, and we're indoors in low light, so it's not going to really look that great. But this is what it looks like, Sony WX300. Moving a step up from the little tiny, mainly automatic Sony WX300, this is the Sony HX99, which can be considered an RX100 Mini, or It's a smaller sensor. It looks like an RX100, but it's a little bit smaller, which is great. It has the same pop-up screen, optical zoom lens, Sony autofocus, Sony everything. This is like full featured, just like an RX100, but it's a smaller sensor, 1/2.3. Good job with a tiny little sensor. And this is the little Lumix GM1 with the cheap little 12-32 kit lens. This is a micro four thirds camera, but it's one of the smallest cameras that I have in this bunch. It's pretty darn amazing, and it's one of the most sought-after cameras in the world, and you can see why. Anyway, this is the GM1 with the cheap little 12-32 kit lens, and this is what it looks like. And here we have an actual RX100 Mark VII. I know this is like bringing a Rolls-Royce to a Volkswagen convention, but it's the same size as all the other cameras, and that's why it's in here, because it's just so damn good. That flip-up screen, optical lens, Sony iFocus, it does everything. Viewfinder, that's why it's one of the most sought-after, expensive cameras you can get. And this one is a true collector's item, the Samsung NX Mini. It's a classic. It has a 1-inch type sensor, interchangeable lens. This has a 17mm lens on it, which is really hard to get. Flip-up screen, really fun to play with. This is such a joy, and I wish Samsung would still be making cameras, like real cameras. So here you go, the Samsung NX Mini. And this is the Nikon 1J5. It's a great little camera, interchangeable lens, 1-inch sensor, flip-up screen. It's small, and it's cute, and this is what it looks like. So yeah, pretty good, nice Nikon 1J5. This is what it looks like. And this is my favorite little Lumix GF10, GX800, 850, 880. Great little camera, flip-up screen, interchangeable lens, micro four thirds. I love it. This is one of my favorite cameras. There you go. This is what it looks like. And this is my favorite Sony 5100. This is APS-C. This is the biggest sensor of the whole bunch. And the camera's kind of in there with the same size as the other ones. So this is why I like it so much. So this is the Sony 5100. Thought you might like this one. As pocket cameras go, this is a bigger one. This is a Lumix ZS80D, but it's bigger because it has a viewfinder on the back and a flip-up screen and an optical in and out lens. And it does have a small sensor, 1/2.3, and it's indoors in low light, so you're not going to get the greatest quality in this situation, but I am comparing them all in a fair scenario here. And finally, we have the Lumix G100. This thing is a monster compared to the other cameras we've been reviewing today, but compared to normal cameras, this thing is a small camera. So I just thought I'd show this for comparison. So here you go, the Lumix G100 with the cheap little 12-32 kit lens. I just love small cameras. I just love them. And the shape, the size, everything about it. So if you say, you can get better stuff with cell phones, then maybe you want to turn off the video now and go watch something else, because I'm just going to run through some boring specs and stuff about these things. But for those of you who love little cameras like this, even though the quality of your cell phone might be better, then stick around. Maybe you'll like it. Who knows? So anyway, yeah. So I just love them. These things are I don't know, it's some things you just can't describe. You just love something because you just click with it, right? I mean, I'm one of them. I love these little things here. So if you're still watching this video, you're still watching right now, then I consider you my friend, because we like the same stuff and you think this is worth watching. And so friends reward friends with gifts. And I'd like to reward you as my friend with gifts. So I can't believe I'm doing this. I never thought I'd see myself doing this, but I have too many cameras, and I thought I'd never give these ones away, but I just feel weird having them stashed away. I've got too many of them. I got 5 of these Samsung NX Minis here. I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, it's this crazy obsession of mine, and I just feel bad because I read comments and so many people want these and they're looking for them and they can't afford them, and so I feel kind of guilty just hanging on to all this stuff. So I figure the right thing to do is to just share the joy, and especially if somebody uses these things and they have fun with them and it gives them joy. So that's what it's all about. I'm not a hoarder, even though I kind of look like one. I'm not. I just enjoy things. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to give away a lot of cameras here. worth a lot of money. And so let's just get right to it. I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh my God. All right. Well, yeah. All right. I'm sorry I'm at a loss for words here. It's kind of an emotional moment, but energy needs to flow. All right. So I have 5 Samsung NX Minis here. Pick which one you want. I got brown, retro, turquoise, and white. 3 of them have the little tiny 9mm lens, which I love because this one you can literally fit in your pocket. This is literally with the lens and everything, you fit it in your pocket, just pull it out. And the cool thing about this camera is you flip up the screen and it turns on right away. Flipping up the screen actually turns on the camera and it's ready to go. It's just so cool. Now the better lens, the sharper lens is the 17mm, but it sticks out a lot further. It's a lot bulkier. This is the one that most pure people who know what they're, know these cameras, these are the ones they want. These are really hard to find. So I'll put what it is on there and pick the one you want. I mean, it's a toss-up between having the thin profile one, which fits in your pocket, or the thicker one, which is sharper lens. And this is the 17mm. And I also have a bunch of adapters here. I have an NX Mini to NX APS-C adapter. I have an NX Mini to Sony E-mount. I have an NX Mini to Micro Four Thirds and an NX Mini to Canon. So you can actually put giant Canon lenses. The EF lenses will fit on. I've done this. I've actually put these giant, like the 50mm 1.2 or the 85 1.2 on here, a 35 1.2. Yeah, they will fit on the NX Mini. And you can do it. Take great lenses. Anyway, so there's that. Oh boy. Also, I have one of the NX 500s left. I kept one for myself just because I love this camera. I think this sensor on this camera is still bigger than any of the Sony APS-C cameras. It's the interchangeable lens. Where is it here? Interchangeable lens. And so this one comes, I'm going to have all these lenses go with it. You can put this giant monster on here too. This is the 85. Look at that. Yeah, the 85 1.4. This right here is almost $1,000, just the lens alone. I'm going to include the 16, the 20, the 30, the 45, and the 85. And it has a flip-up screen. Samsung NX 500. Awesome, awesome camera. Oh, all right, also the Nikon 1J5 flip-up screen, interchangeable lens. The lens comes off. 1-inch sensor, great camera. Cute little camera, great size. I have so many cameras, I just don't use them all. I'm going to give away the Yashica. This is actually, picture taking is actually pretty good. This thing is so lightweight, it's unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, so the Yashica tank, and I'm also going to give away the little tiny Panasonic XS3. The only thing about this camera is it has a Japanese menu, but most of them are easy to understand. It's got symbols and everything. You can probably figure out what most of it is. If not, you just put it on automatic and it just does everything automatically anyway. The Sony HX99. These things are going for $800 if you can still find them in good condition. This is the mini brother for, oh, and check this out. It has just like the RX100, it has a viewfinder on there. This camera is, I don't even know if I should get rid of this one. It's such a, but I already have 5 RX100s. Why would I mean, it's a little bit smaller, but I mean, you know what? You can see why I bought it, because it's just so cute and takes great pictures and everything. But I've got 5 RX100s with 1-inch sensors. This has got a smaller sensor, but it's such a great camera. And it is smaller and lighter than an RX100. So, all right. And then, and these ones I was really torn about. Almost not going to give these away. These are brand new. The Lumix ZS80D. It has a viewfinder on the back, a flip-up screen, and get this camera has the equivalent of a 24 to 720 millimeter lens. 24 to 720 millimeters. That is an insane zoom. So you can take pictures of video of somebody on the other end of town. I think the zoom lens is what makes this thing. Oh, and it has a ring you can turn here. You can program the ring for whatever it is you want. 1/2.3 inch sensor, which is not that big of a sensor. But these things, believe it or not, because compact cameras are in such demand, these are going for $1,000 online. If you find one in really good condition, these things are $1,000, and I was just not going to give it away. God, I love the colors. I love everything about it. So I've got 2 of these. So that's $2,000 right here. So I'm giving away over $5,000 worth of stuff today. And these are just little cameras, but wow. I never thought I'd give these away, but anyway, I had to get rid of those people who say might as well just use a cell phone. I hope they're gone, and I hope the people that get these are ones that really, really appreciate these and like to play with them and not buy them to just sell them again on eBay. I mean, I hope you really get pleasure and joy out of these, because these are dear to my heart. And it's really painful to get rid of these, but you know, you got to keep the energy flowing. You gotta help others who can't afford stuff, and when you make other people happy, somehow life gives you something in return that keeps you happy too. So we're a family. Thank you all for being part of this channel, and I really feel like we're family. The way we talk is so much more mature than some of these other channels where people are just attacking each other, and anyway, thanks. I feel like we could just hang out. We're casual, we're cool and all that, and I'm rambling, but this is a personal thing. I'm thankful for you guys hanging out with me and that you enjoy the same things I do. That makes me feel good, like we have a community here. All right, well, thanks again. And MarcusPix.giveawayenter.com. I almost, well, you should know this, right? MarcusPix.giveawayenter.com is where you sign up for this stuff. Okay, well, there you go. Sharing the joy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.